What's up, Monero fam? How's it
What's
going?
up?
Welcome to another episode of Monero News, weekly Monero News brought to you by the Open Economy Initiative. I am Matt.
I'm chill.
We have
Are
quite a
you
bit
chill?
of yep. We have quite a bit of news to cover for this week. So we're just gonna get right into it here. Let me share my screen and we'll get started here. So, first up, we have got an announcement. I think, originally on October 20th, Justin posted that the ring signatures for senders privacy, which I guess are apparently the weakest link in that kind of chain of privacy preserving technology inside Monero, um, is potentially going to be increasing the ring size from 11 to 16 in the next software upgrade. I guess that's going to be the largest absolute ring size increase in history. And yeah, improving everybody's privacy. Pretty cool announcement. I know, Chill, you had some thoughts on that. I mean, this is a good thing, right?
Yeah, privacy is going up a little bit. Even though it's the largest increase, ring size increase, I wouldn't mind if it was a million, if that was scalable.
Gotcha.
But
Um,
yeah, that's exciting news. I would like to remind people that since ring signatures are the weakest link, um, there's a big difference between the output in a transaction and the sender. So if you have good OPSEC, and even if the ring signature is broken, if you're using Tor, you may or may not be linkable to that. The output may not be linkable to you as the sender, right? You as the
okay, so
human.
so you're saying, like, down the line, if somehow ring signatures got compromised and people were able to see, oh, hey, there's an output going to this address. If you're using Tor, or you're obscuring your IP address some way, you're not that output will probably not be linkable to you physically, like your actual real world identity. Um, which is why you're saying it's very important that you're using Tor or something like Lokinet if you're in China, because I don't think you get access to Tor. But yeah, that's what, right? Am I picking up what you're putting down?
Yeah. So it's important to remember that obviously with start addresses we don't have to worry about it, because if that's broken we have bigger issue than Monero.
Okay,
The whole
okay.
infrastructure of the internet is built on that. With ring signatures, obviously it's the weakest link, so always consider it that okay, that's in my mind, it's always an attack surface. And I appreciate that Monero has these three different technologies. So even if one is broken, you're still protected by the ring CTs in terms of hiding the transaction amount, and the start addresses in terms of hiding the recipient. But,
Gotcha.
just to have an extra layer of the onion,
Right. No, that makes
use an
sense. And
onion rather.
And I think you showed me, there's a guide from the core team. It's like 5 years ago. But basically, and we'll put this link down in the description of the video, but they've got a great guide on how to properly use Tor with Monero to anonymously, send things broadcast your transaction requests over Tor, so that if the ring signatures somehow were compromised down the line, which I don't think they will be, but that's the highest likelihood of your privacy getting compromised would probably come from them. If you're doing everything over Tor, you're not going to really, it's going to be very difficult for someone to link that transaction to your real world identity. So check out this guide on how to use Monero with Tor correctly. Unfortunately, if you're in China, you may need to use something like Lokinet instead of Tor, which but that's a similar type service. And yeah, I think that probably sums up our thoughts on rig signatures. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're new to crypto and Monero in general, and are not familiar with the term output and input, just so you know, output, it's kind of like a check, and you are the human, and you're giving a check, and the check may or may not be linked to you, just to make it easier to understand for someone
Right.
who's like maybe.
Right. Yeah. You wrote a check. All right. So yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for the talking about ring signatures and also using Tor with Monero, because that's a great combination. Next up on our list here, we have the 20 different U.S. attorneys general. I'm sorry, 20. Yeah, from the 20 different states, attorneys general from 20 different states. Sent a letter to President Biden and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. And basically, they said the $600 plan to monitor everyone's bank accounts with more than $600 is a disturbing example of federal overreach, and it raises significant privacy concerns and allows the federal government access to private financial account information that completely disregards constitutional protections against illegal searches. So, and I mean, these are like the top lawyers for each of these 20 states, and they're all in agreement that, this is kind of bogus. So it's very interesting. I think to me, it's a nice, it's a refreshing sign that people actually still value their privacy. And especially when it comes to financial stuff, like, I mean, Chill, you say this all the time, like, using Bitcoin is just like walking around with all of your bank statements, like at a huge sign above your head. You can see exactly where it was sent, how much was sent, what time it was sent, what wallet it came from, what wallet it went to, all of that stuff. And, I think these attorneys generals are pushing back on the proposed legislation to monitor all bank accounts over $600. And yeah, it's nice to see. Definitely, if you scroll down here a little bit, all of these are fairly conservative states. I don't think there's one that's very liberal in here. I mean, I guess West Virginia, they're pretty conservative too. Yeah, these are all like the very conservative states, which typically are more like pro business, pro capitalism, and more. Yeah, I mean, they value financial privacy a little bit higher, I would say. But yeah, I don't know, Chill. What do you think about this? Did I cover everything, or what do you want to add?
Everyone should value financial privacy because it matters to everyone, not just conservative states. And I mean, I'm like you, I'm so pleased to see this because, the privacy communities are saying, we need to stop surveillance, we need to have more financial privacy, but we are never taken as seriously as, these attorney generals would be. So
Yeah, it was nice to see. I wish more states were on board. And it's a little concerning that it's only the conservative states because, like you said, everyone should value this. And if it's only the conservatives who are kind of supporting it, then it kind of makes it like a partisan issue, right? Like, I'm a Democrat, so like, even though I agree with financial privacy, none of my buddies are doing it, and everybody who we're in opposition to on the Republican side is, so like, I can't support it even though I want to. So that, I mean, it's politics. We should probably move off this topic because it just sucks. But anyway, good to see. That's our takeaway. Good to see that. Okay. So next, what do we have? Oh, the funding proposal that Seth posted about. Let's reshare this screen here. Yeah, so Seth, he had a thread with a couple different proposals on it. The one that caught our eye was for Molly IMAP, proposing a native Monero support on their platform, but their platform is a fork of Signal, which is a messaging app, and they want to migrate to a new and decentralized backend that'll more completely separate them from Signal, because I think they just kind of forked the code there initially, and now they're building their own building their own uh, stuff and features on top of that. And so this is really going to kind of push them a bit away from the Signal model and more their own thing. And native Monero integration, hey, that's pretty cool. That's actually very exciting, especially if you get a lot of users on there, get them exposed to Monero. I'm all for that. And you can fund their proposal by going to this link here. We'll have it down in the comments if you want to contribute. Actually,
well, it's already funded.
I was gonna say we're too late.
Everything has been funded. So there were 3 proposals. One was for the Haveno, our favorite exchanges contributor, who's also a Monero contributor. He's just a gift. So he was working part-time. He is going to be working part-time. So that was funded. Yep, there he is. And then Molly app, which is going to integrate Monero, and it's a fork of Signal. So what can go right? I mean, it sounds good. I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to. And then the third one was Seraphis, which is another upgrade on Monero after a long discussion whether they should implement Triptych. They decided they went with Seraphis, so they pressed play on that, and that was funded too. So
okay,
yeah,
okay, so everything's getting funded. Basically, the Monero community is excited about innovation and supporting open source software development and all that good stuff. So yeah, most of this is fully funded. So I guess I don't even really need to link to the proposals, because all this stuff is pretty much taken care of. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this one's actually even overfunded by 0.08. So cool. And I guess, you know what? That's a great. Can you overfund something? I don't even know that for the CCS, because this looks like this has been overfunded. So I don't know if you want to actually contribute more Monero to Molly or to Eric. I think you can. I don't know.
well, it
Maybe.
looks like, I mean, that may have happened, like the last person sent a little bit more, and then
okay. Yeah.
Keep the change.
Keep the change. Got it. That'd be a good question for Justin. I'm sure he would know if you can actually overfund one of these things. But anyway, all right, we're getting down into the weeds here. Next up, we have the Monero liquidity crisis. This just popped up on my Twitter feed like this morning, I think. When did he post? Yeah, 1:30. Yeah, so I think he's in a different time zone, but he must have posted this while I was sleeping, and then I woke up and I saw this. So yeah, Kevin Wad, he's got a YouTube mostly about Monero. It's a newer one. I guess he's in France. But he made a post about Monero liquidity crises. I watched a little bit of this video. It's 24 minutes, so we're not going to just like play it for you right now. But basically, the long story short here is that people are having trouble withdrawing Monero from exchanges. And Kevin provides some screenshots of people trying to get their XMR off of Binance. And, basically it's just back and forth with support. Like, I don't know why you can't withdraw your Monero. Like, it's your fault, user. And it's like, well, I keep doing everything like I normally do it, and you're just not giving me you're not processing my withdrawal. What's going on? And Kevin's read of this situation is that these exchanges are basically creating like paper Monero, kind of how the legacy financial system does it. And they maybe hold, I mean, just as an example, this is not real numbers, but like, let's say Binance holds $1 million worth of Monero. That's what they have in their wallet, and that's what they could actually provide if people wanted to withdraw Monero. They got $1 million, but a bunch of people want to buy Monero and they have Bitcoin, so they deposit their Bitcoin onto Binance. They go to the Monero Bitcoin pairing and they sell all of their Bitcoin for Monero. And let's say $10 million worth of Bitcoin is deposited, and all of that is sold on that market. And now that $10 million of Bitcoin is now $10 million of Monero. And now those users are like, hey, I want my Monero out. Well, Binance only has $1 million, so they can do 1/10 of that. But if everybody, wants that, Binance has to go procure more Monero somewhere. So they've either got to do an over-the-counter deal or just buy it at spot price and push the price up, which I don't think they're willing to do. So you get a scenario where you've got basically fractional reserve Monero, where the exchange is liabilities are maybe 10 to 1 of the actual Monero that they hold in their wallets. So when you go to do withdrawal, you get a error message and support gives you the runaround. That's kind of the long story short here from Kevin's video. So yeah, great work there. It was very interesting. Something I mean, I'm not really trading, like day trading Monero a bunch, so I haven't run into this issue, but apparently, I mean, people who are running into that. And yeah, just be aware. If you're using a centralized exchange, it's not your keys, not your cheese, to quote Bitcoin Zay.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this happened actually before. A couple months ago, we had a liquidity crisis, and Change Now couldn't even Change Now was affected because of Binance, and they were like middle of the night waking up their founder and Vic from Cake Wallet, and then trying to get everyone's personal Monero to pay the users and keep, So we never got a statement from Binance as to what really went down and what happened. But I would say, I mean, most of Monero users, I'm sure, are more skeptical than to keep things on centralized exchanges. There's no need to dox yourself or Mount Gox yourself. Buy it on no KYC exchanges as much as you can. Then get the BitFi, and then store your salt and your secret phrase in your brain next to your childhood trauma so it doesn't get lost. And if you have other coins as well, you need to use instead of BitFi, you're using a ledger, then get one of these that the world's best business partner gave me. It's a Pictostone.
Oh yeah, the paper. Yeah. No, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a waterproof notebook.
Yeah, it's stone paper. I'm the business partner that gave it to her, if you didn't figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not, I would say it's not waterproof, but if you like spill coffee on it, or you leave it outside in the rain or something, it's still going to be legible. If you like put it through the laundry machine, or like put it in your pants and go in the pool, I can't speak to whether or not it's still legible, but like some moisture will not ruin it, because the paper is actually made out of stone and it has a heavier feel, and I like it. But that's I use that as like a backup for things that I want to write down.
Do you want to try it? If it's waterproof or not?
I gotta buy another one because I'm using the two that I have, but I'd have to get a third one.
We can just try with one page,
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, just rip a page out. All right, Chill, that's your job for next week.
Going swimming.
Going swimming. Okay. All right. Yeah, okay, so let's see here. Back to the task at hand. Yeah, the centralized exchanges are basically doing fractional reserve lending on cryptocurrency. Not really a shocker, but there is a potential liquidity crisis at Binance, where everybody that wants to withdraw their Monero is not actually able to. And again, this is all coming from Kevin Wad. I haven't verified this myself, because Binance has kicked all of us United States customers out. And so, yeah, we will take his word for it, and just beware if you're trading Monero on the centralized exchanges. Get a BitFi, get a ledger, hold it somewhere secure. Okay, well, that wraps up all of our serious stuff for today. But last, we have some fun holiday themed things. I know I love Halloween. That was actually the day that I met my partner, who I'm now married to, was on Halloween. And that was when Satoshi put out the Bitcoin white paper, I believe, in 2008, Halloween 2008. So yeah, I love Halloween. Chill, I know you love Halloween. What's going on? What are we sharing with everybody today?
So we are organizing a Monero Pumpkin Contest
Oh
among
yeah.
the community. So we're having fun,
Heck
and
yeah.
a lot of people are just. I mean, they said that they're going to go buy the pumpkin, and they haven't submitted their pumpkins yet, but we
Okay,
did
we're still
receive.
waiting.
We're waiting until the 31st.
Okay, so
So
the deadline for the pumpkin carving contest is Halloween, the 30th midnight on the 31st. If you're submitting it in November, you're too late. No. And I don't know, are there prizes for this or we're just doing it to do it?
yeah, yes, there are prizes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, actually, yeah, and there were a couple other people who even wanted to contribute towards the prizes when I first shared it. But yeah,
Okay.
let's show. So
Well, wait. Okay, before we show them how, if I want to participate in the carving contest, what do I do? Do I just send you a picture of a pumpkin?
yeah, so actually on Reddit, there's a.
I'm
I
gonna
have to
share
find
my.
it.
You send me the link here. I'll share my screen.
Uh-huh. Monero Pumpkin
Is it on the Monero Reddit?
Contest. It's on the Monero Reddit. Here we go. And so what you share your pumpkin obviously on Reddit, but then
Uh-huh.
also put your submission link once you shared it on Reddit under this so that we can see all the different submissions.
Okay, so if you want to participate in the pumpkin carving contest, just search pumpkin on our Monero, and you'll see this post here from Marilyn Monero, and put a link to a picture of your carved pumpkin in the comments down below. And then you're officially entered into the contest. I think a few members of the community are contributing some Monero and other prizes for that. Right now, I think, well, okay, I'm a little biased, but I think James probably has the coolest pumpkin so far. Is that fair
Yeah,
to say?
oh my God. So I love the Monero kids. So somebody on Reddit said when they saw his pumpkin, he said, "You win the internet."
Right? This doesn't even look like an actual pumpkin. This just looks like he made some kind of like plastic thing with LED lights in it. Like I'm not even sure I believe that this is a real pumpkin, but it looks fucking cool. Uh that's
He
pretty
has
sick.
that surgical precision.
Right? Yeah, is this guy a doctor? What's going on here? I guess we probably don't know because he's part of Monero, so he's just a little anon, another anon. But cool pumpkin, James. I'm a fan. Keep the submissions coming. And yeah, if you're trying to submit something, you're gonna have to outdo this, or you're gonna have to outdo Crypto Tweety and her fiat vomiting pumpkin, which is awesome.
So someone had to lower the standards because a
Hey,
lot
I
of
think it's
people,
pretty cool. I like
a
the
lot of
Monero
people were,
eyes.
thank you. A lot of people were intimidated. So I thought, okay, well, I'm the best person to lower.
So somewhere in between this pumpkin and this pumpkin. That's what we're looking for. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying? I don't know.
yeah.
I like this one. He's just barfing up the fiat because he can't stomach it. It's too toxic. That's a great one. I'm a
Thank
fan.
you.
You get an upvote from me.
Thank
But yeah,
you.
if you yeah, of course. So yeah, if you want to take part in it, just go to this thread on Reddit and pop your picture into the comments, and yeah, make sure it's in by October 31st, and you might win a prize. Or you might get flamed for making a crappy pumpkin. There's two outcomes here. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today. Chill. Did I miss anything? Are we good? That was a lot of news.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, all right, everybody. You have a great rest of the week. Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you next time. And keep on hodling that Monero, baby.